Welcome to the hardest year of business I've ever seen. This is bad. Before you realise in the videos, Cullen's left us. He's in my unit, chucking his clothes off, kicking and screaming, and he gets himself arrested. Landlord, as I mentioned in a previous video, is a bit... I've just spent £7,000 on an office, which is non-structural. Sourcing cars is becoming a big issue this year. Sunroof is actually just fucked. The overheads on this place currently are about £8,000 a month. Insurance is due next month, and our insurance renewal last year was £7,000. I made a little list of all the things that we've got up against us at the minute. So before you realise in the videos, Cullen's left us. We think he's going to go back home. No idea, but he's left us in the lurch. Now we need another team member. So if you are interested, slide in my DMs. We've done a lot with Cullen. Unfortunately, this place he's not cut out for this place. And he's moving on to either a different country or a different job. I've absolutely got no idea because we're a bit out of the blue. So, here we have it. Really hard life. So, we're down a member of staff. Business rates are coming in, like increase-wise, in April, and they are mega expensive. So, we are contemplating whether we're even staying here. Not just because of business rates, but the main one is the landlord, as I mentioned in a previous video, is a bit, don't want to know unless you're giving in cash. And if you're not giving in cash, he's going to rinse every penny out of you, as we're currently finding out. So my main issue with that is we have no fire door in this place. Yes, fire door wise, you think that'd be a standard practice across all buildings? No, not in this landlord's eyes, and we can't get an electric bill and a fair few other points. We've asked him for this, and we got a slimy phone call at 6:30 on an evening trying to trick me into saying stuff what realistically he should just literally be sorting himself. So the reason why we've not put a fire door in is because he's got a problem with the fact I've just spent £7,000 on an office, which you can come and see. £7,000, that is correct, on a stud walled office, which is non-structural, with a lovely customer waiting area because it was so cold in this place there was nowhere to wait, sit, and a lovely new office that we've not yet fitted out. So there will be a sofa here, nice little fireplace, TV on the wall, and it's insulated because it's freezing in this place. It is very cold. So if we join us this way, so he has got a problem with us putting this up apparently. Sourcing cars is becoming a big issue this year. You might have seen on Auto Trader at the minute, there is half as many cars for sale and available in the UK than there has been for the last 3 to 4 years. Bit of that is probably my fault, putting these videos out there at the minute. And we've got other YouTubers who are much bigger with many hundreds of thousands of followers buying these cars and putting them out to the masses, which is a great thing because it's put the prices up, but it's also a bad thing because it's put all the prices up on the crap cars and really struggling to prep. Case an example, we bought a JCW and the gent wanted, I think, 3.5 grand for it. It's an 80,000 mile car, but it had a massive list on MOT, all stuff what we generally sort out, but they're all massive jobs what we're sorting out now. So I get it on the ramp. He said one of the rails is sticking on the sunroof. The sunroof, it's not one of the rails, the sunroof is actually just fucked. The suspension is absolutely knackered, needs front discs and pads, the wheels are knackered on it. The rear subframe is crispy, like I won't pass an MOT on that one. It's not got a hole in yet, but it's one of the crispiest ones we've ever had on the ramp. The front subframe's a mess and it's full of oil leaks. Thanks for that one. Yeah, can't say I'm impressed on that car because that car realistically is going to need probably 3 grand spent on it to get it up to standard. Say I bought this car for 3 grand. and then I spent 3 grand on it. It now owes me 6. If I sell it for 6, you'd think that'd be a 0. It'd wipe itself off. Well, you're wrong, because I've got to pay VAT on that 3 grand. Got quite a few people on it at the moment. Our automatic is a local gent, and another gent what he's going to miss out because he needs to sell his car first, and unfortunately wants retail money for his car. He's not going to get it. That's retail at a dealership with a warranty as well. LTO6, not sure why we've still got this. This is as rare as it gets. Automatic checkmate without the horrible checkmate interior. Personal opinion, people love it. One of, I think, maybe 22 registered in an automatic, and probably one of the only ones with those seats in from factory. So Cars and Classics were trying to get us to put this in auction because they thought it'd do good money, but we decided to keep it and retail it. CU54, I had a gent on this one last night, emailed him back, and of course it's got 37,000 miles and it's never had a timing chain, even though it's got 37,000 miles. He had a problem with that. So I might just up the price on this car, do a supercharger service and a timing chain, and then I might get 13 grand for it instead of the 11 I'm asking for, which is 4 grand cheaper than the other 210 what's up for sale at the minute with a similar mileage. This one is a better spec. A7XPJ, put this on Facebook last night, already had 2 inquiries on it, so it might be fast going. Our wiring loom transplant needs a radio and needs an MOT. That will hopefully be going live this week. And then our liquid yellow JCW. So we have done a lot of prep on this one. We've not just run prep, this is borderline light restoration at this point. So it's had the wheels done, we've had the aero kit side skirts done, aero kit front bumper. We're going to upgrade the headlights to the facelift ones. And what we've done with a bit of trial and error, if you join me inside, it looks like a normal pre-facelift car with no seats in at the minute, but if you go up into the roof lining, you realise that it's got an anthracite roof lining out of a facelift car, which usually couldn't be fitted. So on the pre-facelift cars, these grab handles and that sun visor's not there, but we've retrofitted those. So a bit of an upgrade that you can't do in your driveway, that one. Using our donor vehicle's door to create some mounting points behind that headliner. So that's had an upgrade. We're waiting for a few bits on this one. We don't know what interior we're going to put in. Hopefully some black leather seats, 3-spoke steering wheel, but I've run out of them because I've upgraded so many pre-facelift cars to facelift. Mechanicals all being done. That one can be listed next week. This one, potentially going up to Scotland. Just waiting for the gent to come back to me today on this one. And then that one's ready to go. The 225, and I'm going quite fast here. I said I wouldn't sell this one. I don't know if I will. It's like a bit of a one-of-one. It's one of those things where if you are interested in it, you need to give me a message. We might let this go. We've had a few offers on the race car since we put those videos out. We had an offer before we put those videos out, and I'm contemplating letting that go as well. The offers on the race car are like big. So I'd be stupid not to, especially when business is very, very hard at the moment. The overheads on this place currently are about £8,000 a month. So that's a lot of money to go find. So we are looking at cutting those overheads through. If the landlord doesn't want to put us a fire door in, he might make his own bed and chop a good chunk of that out as well. This next one's insurance. Insurance is due next month, and our insurance renewal last year was £7,000. That's right, £7,000. To say we only sell between 3 and 5 cars a month, it's a lot of money to do test drives on them. So we're going to have a look at changing that. I don't know what we're going to do with that yet, but that needs to be addressed. That's a massive, massive thing. This is £8,000 a month, and myself and Lauren, we don't take a wage. Yeah, so I'd like to get paid at some point. I'd like to drive a lovely, nice car. However, England's not really working out like that. So we're looking at other options in regards to how we can make our lives better, because it's good fun doing this job, but there's a lot of toil on my body and there's a lot of toil on the bank account, and every month it's hard. This is very, very hard. So we've had a lot of work from YouTube, and YouTube has provided us great opportunities. We might only have a small account at the moment, but it's not the aim of the game as we carry on growing. We don't know where it's going to take us this year, but challenge cars as you see it potentially might not look exactly the same as it does right now in the next 6 months. In another update coming up this week, about 2 years ago, I did a job for a customer because he was complaining that he couldn't get to work. So this kid had driven his car over a speed bump in the town next on at 80 miles an hour in a 30 zone. Smashed his drive shaft into 2 pieces, smashed his top mount to bits, and then more importantly, smashed both sides of the top mounts to bits. So I got him in one Thursday, we did one top mount, rang him up, can't do your next one, pinch bolt's gonna snap, all the corners coming out, and if it snaps, we're drilling it. And I don't want to drill it because it's a lot of effort for about 4 hours of getting that free. So what we did was, he came back on the bank holiday Sunday, this is 2 years ago, bank holiday, May Day or something like that, I think. And he brought his car back for the next corner doing. And I said, if it snaps, it snaps. I don't want to drill it, but it's going to happen. And it just is what it is. You're paying for it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we tried heat, didn't work. 30 minutes later, bolt snapped, rang him up, and he's like panicking about how much his bill's gonna be because he knows it's gonna cost more, and I'm panicking about I can't get parts on a bank holiday Sunday, but you're lucky, I've got a bit of a stash of parts, what were second hands, and I'd be able to potentially get your car fixed with those parts. And I even said, I'll give you them for free, you're just paying for the labour. Now this gent was a sales customer, and at the time, which we no longer do, we had a reduced labour rate for sales customers what had stuff like this where they'd hit a pothole or something had happened. So we had a reduced labour rate for those customers, and he came in on the Monday kicking and screaming because he didn't want to pay the extra £200 plus the VAT on his bill for all that labour and the free parts, to the point where he's in my unit chucking his clothes off, kicking and screaming, and he gets himself arrested because he goes down his trouser leg to pull something out, and as soon as he does, we're out phone to the police, and then he gets arrested. So that's about to end on Tuesday. I've kept his car for all this time, charging him storage, and he's still not paid his bill to nullify that storage bill. Usually, if it wasn't a case of like kicking and screaming and trying to fight me in my own unit, I'd have probably chucked him his keys and told him to fucking do one. However, this is a point of principle now, so we put a mechanic's lien on that car, and his storage bill is vastly, vastly more expensive than that car ever was to buy off us in the first place. Bear in mind, the car has now been sat for 2 years. He's not turned a wheel for the last 2 years. He owes me a lot of money. So we'll get the full story on that one, because his claim has now been struck out, and that's why we are talking about this, because he said I stole his car, which is not the case. It's called a mechanic's lien. 14 or 15,000 pounds of storage later. But selling R53s is becoming a bit of a pointless gig, and fixing them is becoming a massive toil on my body. And we do pretty well on our eBay page, Challenge Car Parts, if you've not been on it, to potentially just start selling parts and mods, which we've already done, but it might become 100% of our gig, unless the YouTube gods decide to push the algorithm on this video and send me up into the stratosphere, but I doubt it. So, the liquid yellow one will be up for sale next week. It's on the website at £9,000. You won't find another one in the country like this at the moment. We need to do a few bits. The headlights want updating. You need to buff it, Lauren. Don't you? What do you mean? What do you mean? No, you definitely need to buff it. To summarise, this week I've got no staff and more work than I can handle. The landlord's not really helping the situation, because you see this leak here? This is rain from the ceiling where he said last May was about to get fixed, and it currently isn't. So this rains exactly where I work, and it rains here, and it rains here, and here, and here. So yeah, that's very annoying. And then when it's condensation, I get rained on in 3 rows all the way down. And he was supposed to come to fix this. He was supposed to come and clean these skylights off in May as well. So now I can't see what I'm dealing with. I can't see where I'm working. And that's a massive problem, along with the non-existent fire door, because when the power went off a couple of months ago, no one could get in or out. But when you ask him what a fire door is, he gets you to work out what a fire door is, because he doesn't understand what a fire door is. So please like and subscribe so we can get on back to what we enjoy best. Fixing our 53s, buying our 53s, modding our 53s. In the next coming weeks, we have got a TVS supercharged Pepperwhite R53 well bought in. That's currently at the body shop. That thing is absolutely rapid. I don't know why more people don't do that mod to the cars. And I bought it. I'm going to take the engine out. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to build one for myself this summer. But before then, we have had a customer build on site since November. Unfortunately for this customer, all the parts what have been ordered for it, what he had on his shopping list, are from drop shippers. So it turns out that not many people stock these parts and mods on their shelves. So if you are ordering parts and it says that they're in stock, chances are that they're not, this is just getting drop shipped. So there's £10,000 worth of modifications alone, what is going into that build, and that build hopefully starts next week and will be on this channel to follow. However, that's if, as a one-man band now, I can get on top of things and be able to organise this chaos. In other news, our 56ers, as much as we'll never sell them, we do fix them here, but every now and then one throws a spanner in the works. Came in with a timing chain problem and a rattle on the engine, and found an air valve for air intake on a Ford Fiesta ST in the timing chain guides. Now, we removed that, retimed it up, and unfortunately the car just didn't want to start at all. So we put a new timing chain in and the car still doesn't want to start. Now this car does get some hammer, and it turns out it's burnt through 2 of its piston rings, and that's why we've not been able to start this car. We've got that one. Our Indy Blue JCW, it's got 36,000 miles on. We've still got that, don't know why. Buy it now because you'll never see a car like that again. Same with this one. In regards to rust, we've also got another customer's car that wants a full subframe put on it as soon as we can get to, and the underbody all sorted. Now, subframes at the moment are one of the things what is taking the longest on them, because they all need rear subframes at the minute, and most of them are wanting front bushers, including that one needs front bushers. But subframes, if you come into our little parts room, we've started stashing powder coated subframes simply for stock cars because we're going through that many of them. Customer cars, stock cars, it's all there. So we're going to go in and out. Ignore the dead man boots. We might hang them from rasters at some point. RIP. And then we've got 2 sets of Recaros what need to find their way into someone's car. So if you are looking for a set of Recaros, heated front and rear, we've got 2 sets. 1 set's on eBay, and we've got another set in stock what wants to go clean. Wheels wise, R95s come back front powder coaters. I think there's some God, what have we got in here? We've got loads. We've got a set of bowlers as well, what need to go. Find a new home. Set of satin back bowlers. So if you're after some bowlers, hit me up. There's more alloy wheels, probably some track alloy wheels, some really nice BBS ones somewhere, what look like they've come off of something in the 90s. But yeah, pretty much out of breath.